Good morning. I'm meteorologist KJ Allen in the 24-hour Storm Center here at the Georgia Weather Net. It is Wednesday, the 8th day of May, 2024. The time is 11:37. Just want to give you an update on our severe weather potential for tonight into tomorrow. We do have some new information coming in this morning. Weather model showing strong to severe thunderstorms this afternoon and this evening, but now we have some updated information showing that potential is actually starting to ramp up for parts of North Georgia. So we'll get right to it. First of all, radar at 11:38, checking clear. We can put this in motion. We can see a couple of light showers out in Alabama, kind of moving to the east, and again across the state of Georgia. We do have some clouds down toward Augusta, northeast Georgia. The rest of the state looking at mostly sunny to partly sunny skies. So with that solar heating, that's going to only increase our severe weather probabilities, as we're going to get more instability from that. Up to our north, we do have some strong to severe thunderstorms moving out of Middle Tennessee over the Cumberland Plateau, and the East Tennessee had a couple of tornado warnings there in East Tennessee over the last hour or so. This is not going to be our main concern. This system's going to continue to push toward the mountains, and it looks like the mountains actually going to disrupt those storms quite a bit. But we have more thunderstorm activity. It hasn't really quite developed yet up toward Louisville, and that's what's going to end up moving down into North Georgia as we move through the evening hours. So let's go ahead and we'll clear all this off and head over to the modeling and take a look at what we have. So again, this is just what the model thinks things will look like. We'll start this at noon today and take it until all the way through the day tomorrow, and just load this up. You'll kind of get a big picture look as this loads. Just give it a second as we'll see these storms start to move down from Tennessee into North Georgia by this evening. So here comes the data pulling in. We'll roll through this hour by hour, so don't worry, you don't have to memorize this exactly yet. So here we go. So let's zoom in a little bit closer. We can see these showers there that we're talking about on radar. So the modeling is lining up almost perfectly with the radar. And as we advance this forward over the next several hours, again, that moves toward North Carolina, no big deal. There's that development starting to move in to northern Middle Tennessee, parts of south central Kentucky, and that continues to push down toward the southeast, riding right along I-24. And that is what eventually starts to make it our direction. So this takes us to 11 o'clock tonight. And we can see in northwest Georgia around Dalton all the way down to Rome, we're going to see a few strong to severe thunderstorms. Now keep in mind, ahead of this main line, we're going to see pop-up thunderstorms as we move through the day today. Through this afternoon, with the heat of the day, they're going to pop up. A few could go strong to severe, but my main focus is going to be this multi-cellular convective complex, MCS system, that's going to be moving down from East Tennessee heading into North Georgia. So we'll zoom in a little bit closer here. This is now going to take us up to midnight. And we can see these storms starting to spread out from Gilmer County over to Dahlonega, over into Cleveland and White County, over to Toccoa. So North Georgia mountains will be under the gun. Our main threat will be strong straight line winds, heavy rainfall, but also our tornado parameters are on the moderate side as well. So we're going to get some of these storms that will try to spin, and some of them will spin up tonight. So we're going to watch out for some of those spin up tornadoes. Now as we head toward 2 a.m., see our line starting to push down a little bit more toward the south, heading into Gainesville, heading over toward Commerce, just above Athens. So staying in North Metro Atlanta and then northbound up into the North Georgia mountains. So again, this is going to be an overnight event. I mentioned this morning on the video, most of our severe weather will be tomorrow during the day. But with this new model information, that seems to say not so fast. We could see a decent amount of severe weather overnight tonight. So that's where you really need to stay weather aware and have a way to get those weather alerts through the overnight hours when you're in bed. As we head toward 3, this is 4 o'clock in the morning, starting to see the leading edge of this line weaken somewhat, but this is going to be what we're going to be watching through the day on Thursday, pushing in to northeast Alabama up toward Chattanooga. That starts moving into northwest Georgia as we get going around 4 o'clock tomorrow morning. So let's continue on forward. This is 5, this is 6 o'clock. Now we're starting to see those strong to severe thunderstorms, northwest Georgia, heading into Marietta and Cobb County, still mainly above I-20. Thunderstorms out ahead of this line here will be popping up. No question about that through the day tomorrow. But our main line here will be watching in northwest Georgia and still stretching up toward the North Georgia mountains. So let's continue forward. This is going to be 7:30 tomorrow. We head toward about 8, 9, 10 o'clock. By 10 tomorrow morning, we're going to start to clear out a bit in North Georgia. Our main convective line now stretches from Columbus through Macon, Lake Oconee, over into Millen. Looks like it's going to be moving out of Augusta by about 10 or 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. And we'll just continue on forward here. And this system is not stalling out. It's not slowing up. It's actually going to pick up speed as we move through the day tomorrow. So by about 2 o'clock, we're still looking at those thunderstorms. Columbus southbound, starting to head into Lee County and Albany, over toward Vidalia, Statesboro, Savannah. We'll see those thunderstorms as well. And again, some strong to severe thunderstorms embedded with that, and the potential for some tornadoes. Still looking at that wind shear. That's going to be a factor through the day tomorrow that could get a few of those storms spinning up. By about 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, Albany's on the western edge of this system. Most of our activity is going to be eastbound of Albany and Cordele and Tifton, and then east of I-75 all the way out to the Georgia coastline. So Savannah's still looking at those thunderstorms down to Brunswick, heading into St. Mary's as well. And again, this system's not slowing up. There it goes. It's out of here, pretty much completely out of the state of Georgia by about 7 o'clock tomorrow evening. Modeling showing nothing going on around the rest of the state. That's not necessarily going to be the case. I think we still see a few pop-up showers and thunderstorms. Not really looking at a big severe weather risk once this main line moves through, but we'll still look out for a few showers and thunderstorms in there. Our wind also picking up as well, but you'll notice those temperatures dropping quite a bit. So this is part of a cold front, frontal boundary here that's going to be pushing through the state, and that's why we have these severe thunderstorms there. But a change anyway with our temperatures as we wrap up the week, head toward Friday and into the weekend. So just wanted to give you the latest update here on the modeling, because it has changed quite a bit since this morning. And we'll go ahead and take a look at the Storm Prediction Center and the convective outlook. And that has not changed a whole lot. We may see our level 3, that's the orange area, which is above the state of Georgia. I wouldn't be surprised if that gets pushed down a little bit more toward the south, just looking at the new model data and what's going on. But as for right now, North Georgia, North Metro Atlanta, Cherokee County, up into the mountains, that's a level 2 out of 5 severe weather risk. This until 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. Level 1 out of 5 risk from Carrollton, Atlanta, Athens, all the way over to Lincoln County, and then our general thunderstorm risk south of that. So this is just a timing issue, because after 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, we go to our day 2 outlook, and there you go. We have pretty much the entire state of Georgia, with the exception of the extreme northwest corner, in a level 2 out of 5 severe weather risk. So that just gives you an idea that those storms are going to loosen up just a little bit, that main line that moves through, but it's that second line that's going to hold together, and through the heat of the day tomorrow will give us the potential for strong to severe thunderstorms, straight line winds, heavy rain. Hail is also going to be a good possibility of these storms, and a few spin up tornadoes. So we're going to keep an eye on the weather as we move to the late night hours tonight and throughout the day tomorrow as well. Main thing, make sure you have a way to get those weather alerts. I always show the weather radio, NOAA weather radio. Have one of these by your bedside so they can wake you up in case you have a severe thunderstorm or a tornado warning. And by the way, there's a kind of a new classification of severe thunderstorm warnings that they can add a destructive tag on it. We had one of those in East Tennessee a little bit earlier this morning, and so that's where you can get those winds 70 mile an hour plus, and that can do just as much damage as a tornado warning. So if we get any of those destructive severe thunderstorm warnings, of course, we're going to point those out, make sure that you're aware of that. But the tornado warnings, I'm sure we'll probably get a few tonight and through the day tomorrow, and going to be right here to keep you up to date from the Georgia Weather Net.